guys, Future JP here. Just wanted to say sorry for the audio quality as we didn't have the mic close enough to Rob, so some words will be lost. Also want to give a quick trigger warning as we talk in depth and around suicide and some very serious topics. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode.
Welcome back to the Intersect Podcast. As you can see, we're not in the hot ass fucking garage sweating our balls off. We actually got aircon. And I just want to thank Dave from Davo Sim Racing. He's just sitting over there, handsome fella. He actually let us record in here with Rob, and he's going to be able to tell us his story and the shit that he's been through. We actually met up with him last week, and there's definitely a lot to be said, that's for sure. I think you guys are going to be learning some stuff today. So let's dive in. Mate, can we get a bit of an introduction?
Yeah.
Pretty please.
My name's Rob Smith. I'm 57 this year.
Yep.
Originally from East Coast. Travelled around a bit. Been over WA since 2003.
Yep.
So that's when I moved over here.
So a while.
Yeah. It's a beautiful piece of the country. I love it.
Yeah.
Western Australia's my place.
Yeah.
East Coast, no thanks. No, can't do it.
What made you move over to WA?
I had in Christmas 1999. I had a nervous breakdown.
Yep.
Ended up off work. Up to his house there for about a month or so.
Yeah. Was that like family related type stuff, like with the misso and stuff, or was that just?
It was the culmination of all. I hadn't had a holiday in 10 years.
Shit. Yeah. Right.
Yeah, and I'd been working 2-3 jobs, had my own business, run other businesses. So I was just worn out.
Yeah.
On a marriage, kid, all that, and then moved to Mackay for a really good opportunity, like good money, more money than what I'm earning now.
Yeah.
And just a boss.
Yeah.
And because of my first female boss, I did sort of get the.
Yeah.
Stepped on her toes one too many times. She stepped on mine. We were going through a housing problem at the time. How can I put this? So housing problem. There was a stress there, stress with work, financial stress because we were just purchasing our first place.
Yeah.
And we'd lost our rental. We were given 5 days to get out, so we had to spend 6 weeks living in a flat with my wife's parents, whom I can't stand.
Yeah.
And just sort of, there's 5 of us in a 2-bedroom, upstairs, downstairs place, just
packed.
Yeah, and then stress at work, and because of my disease, there was a lot of pain involved, so I just lost it.
Yeah.
Yeah, tripped out, and ended up in the psych ward. Mackay Base Hospital.
Yep.
And I think it was just after Christmas because I'd refused to see my child or my wife because they give you that option inside. And I didn't want to see anyone. I just wanted to try and get through. They'd try and reformulate everything in my head and get through. But so I ended up there all through Christmas. And then New Year's Eve, told the nurses and that, if I can get out that door, I'm going.
Yeah.
Because I wanted to just end it, just finish the whole thing.
Yeah.
And there was a helipad.
Yeah.
And I thought, great, when the helicopter's coming in, stand on the fence and jump into the blades. That was the first idea.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's...
Yeah.
Shit, that's how... Yeah, right.
So it was planned. Right, I just had enough. You know, the pain, the finances, family.
So this was just a build up of everything that just kind of hit you at once.
Oh yeah, just snapped.
Yeah.
And, to be honest, it's quite blurry. I remember fractions of parts. So yeah. Anyway, I told the nurse, if those doors open, I'm going through them.
Yeah.
And he spent some time with me, and then shuffled me off the room, and I seen the doors open, and I'm straight out, and I couldn't get to the landing pad, so I climbed up. and just took a dive off.
So you jumped.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah. The only thing that saved my life was a meter. So it was all flat cement with a downward path.
Yeah.
So as soon as I hit that, feet went out.
Right. So it essentially braced your fall when it didn't.
Yeah. So I busted up my hips and knees and exploded my back.
Yeah.
Just really messed up. Still suffering from those.
Yeah.
I've got 22 inches of rods in my back.
How did you feel sitting or laying on the floor after that? Like, do you remember what was going through?
First thing I thought, failed again.
Yeah.
No.
So that wasn't the first time.
That was I know, like I failed. Not
Yeah,
again,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
Just
yeah.
to say,
Yeah.
it's like another thing I suck at. You know what I mean? Because everything else around you falling apart.
Yeah.
So it's like,
So then to have like a failed suicide attempt, that instantly, like the first thing that goes through your head is just like,
yep.
It's just my luck that I'm shit at that as well.
Yeah.
And now I've just absolutely messed myself up worse than what I was before I did.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So anyway, it took them an hour and a half to find me. And they jabbed something in my arm, and I don't remember anything until I think a couple of days later.
Yep.
They were waiting for a surgeon to come from Sydney to do my back, because when I exploded my back, it detonated one vertebrae and cracked and damaged two others. So there was bone everywhere. So a lot of crap. So they operated on me mid-January, and I was let go from the hospital late March.
Yep.
Yeah. So in the middle of this time, Mrs. is still in the hospital. We got the payout.
Yeah.
Because my name was attached to it without my
Yeah.
knowledge. We got the payout, and the hospital went, out you go, and I didn't get any form of help after that.
Yeah.
So you're on your own. Still not in a good place. Told my wife I'm done. Keep it. So, and then she got in a panic, and her brother-in-law lived in Falcon, and I went and spent 2 months with them. By this time, it's Christmas 2000. No, Christmas 2000. Yeah, that's right, because that was my first clear memory of the World Trade Center going down. So just after that.
What are you laughing at?
I don't know.
And I walked out with
Like that.
Mrs. And the following morning, we talked, and and so she shipped me off to my brother-in-law's place, and spent a couple of months there, and he was the best, just worked out, had talks with him and everything like that. So that was the first positive experience I've had in all of this time.
Yeah.
Still no mental health medication, pain medication.
Is this all due to the fact because she sued the hospital?
Yeah.
Yeah.
None of that. And it's not the hospital. Well, I can understand. It's
Yeah.
someone sues me.
Yeah, exactly. It's almost like a fuck you. Yeah.
We bought our first house here in Pinjarra, which was before the boom, and everything was cheap as chips.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
First house for 50 grand.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah, that's right.
Anyway, 18 months later, we got separated. And she was hassling the crap out of me, just sending coppers around and friends.
This is your missus at the time?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just got too much for me. So 2006, just disappeared, left everything, disappeared, and 2006, 2006 left, and then went to Bremer Bay, had a great meal. By this time, sorry, I'm on the pension, stable pension, so not a lot of money.
Yeah.
Drove the car down. Finished that. Drove the car down on the boat ramp and tried to hang myself. Some guy stopped me. So drove off to Esperance. He sat and talked to me for hours. Nice bloke. Never seen him since. Love to know who he is, but some people who are on the religious side call him my angel.
He was there like at the right time.
Just at the right time.
Yeah.
So I had it all planned out because I knew the car would have been underwater.
Yeah.
So I was standing on top of the car. So I would just be midway underwater hanging from the tree. So went to Esperance and everything changed immediately.
Yeah.
Like, I was locked up because I'd been reported missing. So whilst in hospital, I was allocated a doctor, Dr. Howarth, fantastic bloke. He sat and listened to me for a few hours and just got all the medication I needed for my mental health. That's where he wanted to start, get that sorted. And, tried a few things didn't work, and then he got me onto a drug which I'm still on today, and changed my life overnight. Slowed my mind down, stopped me going in cycles. Then he got me arthritis, got me a rheumatologist who's been fantastic, been with me for a lot of years. Got my medication sorted there, so the pain and all that dissipated. So in amongst all this, I end up coming out and going to a place called Lockie's House, which they help you out for 3 or 4 months and then move you on.
Yeah.
And they were fantastic. So got a little place and there for about 2 or 3 weeks, and they got me into Homes West Housing.
Yep.
And I was there for about 15 months and going to Boyko 3 or 4 times a week, which is Bay of Isles Community Outreach. And started to work up a network. So I was regular visits, all of this. So yeah, it's just really everything started to click. And then I met the carer, like I bounced through different caseworkers, like didn't sort of click with any of them because I was classed as high functioning.
Yep.
So you got different degrees. So you got the absolutely wiped out. You can't talk and can't just non-verbal, if you want to call it that.
Yep.
Then you've got your mid-range, which your average schizophrenic or bipolar, border personality, all those types of people. Then you've got your high functioning, which you can think for yourself, clean for yourself, do everything for yourself, run your bills and everything like that, cycles. So, and you don't tend to fit in the box.
Yeah.
Go and do some activity and it's just,
yeah.
I don't want to be knitting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's for boring shit.
Just mind-numbing.
Yeah.
Awful crap. Sticking stamps on envelopes and just stupid.
Yeah.
Movie nights are all right. They stopped that. I stopped going to that as soon as they started putting cartoons.
Yeah.
Not doing it.
Yeah.
Okay. And then you get your camps and stuff like that. So you'd end up off to Albany and different places, Denmark, and we had some good times.
Yeah.
Boyko really showed the way, but then through forest personnel, I was able to get some part-time work. Firstly, they wanted me to be a trolley boy, and I said, "You're joking me, aren't you?"
Yeah.
Look at my back.
Yeah.
And by this time, it's taken me 5 years to learn to walk without sticks.
Yeah.
I pushed the bloody trolley. No, we want you to manage it. And I said, no, that's not happening.
Yeah.
So there was a shop called Smales in Esperance. It didn't last long, but it was there. And I was invited to do a one-day trial out. I still had all my tools, one-day trial. And I just blitzed it. And they said, yeah, I want you to work. So the guy that they had working there, they sacked him straight away.
Yeah.
Because I did more work in a day than he'd done in a week.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and that just started me way back. And when Smales left town, I started my own business, but wasn't a lot of pension allowed to. So I was just doing friends, family, stuff like that. And I'm not going to say exactly what I was doing
Yeah.
on the podcast, but yeah, I was enjoying my life.
Yep.
And then Boyko changed management, and a guy by the name of Ian Gardner came in. And this is one guy, if you ever want to talk about mental health, you need to talk to. He is just a genius. So he's taken Boyko from 15 workers that's now 70, and he wants to go to 100. You know? Just this guy's mindset is amazing. Anyway, so when he was taking over the management, they were going to close down this little house that people used to go to. I said, I'll take it. He said, how are you going to run it? He'll give me something to do. And I know about mental health and that. He said, well, you can't run it unless you do mental health course.
Yeah.
So he paid for me to do Cert 4.
Yep.
In peer support and mental health. So I did both of them side by side. It took 12 months.
Yep.
And with his support and everything like that. And I ended up running Harmony House and setting up a wellness program, activities, food groups, food growing, woodcraft, pottery, you know.
Yeah. So with the pottery and all the stuff that you organised with you were kind of designing stuff for the group in order to keep their mind active.
And somewhere for them to go. And
yeah.
they were allowed to smoke, but only in a certain area. But what I wanted to teach them was, or help them realise that food was an important way of being mental health.
Yeah.
All of them being on pension, low income. So that stemmed on to, okay, why don't you grow your own food?
Yeah, right.
So we got them all starter packs.
Yep.
I mean, admittedly, a lot of it failed, but, you know, it gave them a go.
Yep.
Some of them kept up with it. Gardening programs, get out in your garden. Just, you know, about Homes West Housing, for mental health people, there's not a lot of gardens. If they do have a garden, they're not looking. They're sitting inside. Then we got onto house cleaning, house maintenance, and then personal hygiene and all these different things that help you just to get through. And then on the other side of the thing is complete a task. Only have to be one task. And for some people, it's just putting shoes on.
Yep.
You know, other people, it's make your bed. That's your start.
Yeah.
You know? And if you don't do anything else for that time, at least you've accomplished that.
Yeah, that one thing for the day.
And then you just build on that.
Yep.
And that's, to me, that's the key. So that helps walk along the up spiral.
Yep.
You know, you're going to slip back. And
of course, yeah.
You've got to do that one thing. You know, I went in cap in hand to Bunnings and Taubman's. We've got Bunnings furnished the whole place with pizza ovens, all type of stuff, tools and soil and plants. You know, I think I ended up getting about $50,000 out of them. You know,
On effort.
I called the boss of Taubman's. Look, this is what I'm doing. I'm asking you to supply the paint. He said, I'll go one.
Yeah.
He said, I'll get the Bunnings stuff. I said to Ian, what are you going to do with the inside? I'll miss the Taubman's again. Manager, it was a really nice guy. I can't remember his name. And he said, well, I'll supply the paint, but you've got to get it all prepped.
Yeah.
Righto. So he supplied all the paint and we got it prepped. Amazing guy. Probably heard of him, Dave Riggs. Does all that shark and whale action down in the Southern Ocean.
No.
Amazing photographer.
Yeah.
And top bloke. And he was having a downtime, so he said, yeah, I'll come and prep the whole place. Sweet.
Yeah.
This guy's famous.
Yeah.
You know? So I got him to do that and then called up Bunnings and said, come and paint the place.
Yeah.
You know? They did. So it ended up being a happy place to and
Yeah.
then I started a men's group. It worked all right for a while, but then I was removed through circumstances I still don't understand. But
Yeah. What was involved in the men's group that you?
okay, so the premise of it was for guys to come there to be able to talk about their problems and not have any stigma attached.
Yeah.
And as you guys know, you're going to get sick or you feel yourself going down that slide of bad mental health. The last thing you want to do is get labelled.
Yeah.
Right? And as soon as you go to a doctor, you're going to get labelled. You've got a ladder to climb that you don't really want to be on.
Yeah.
I started it, got the funding behind it. I got funding from the government for 15,000, I think it was, and it took me 4 goes to get that because I'd never filled out a grant process. And I got a lot of help by another co-worker and a good friend, Lisa Andre. She helped me out with that. I put a ad on Facebook and also an ad in the paper. Any guys want to join a men's group? There's no alcohol, no drugs. That was the only stipulation.
Yeah.
And it's not going to cost you a cent.
Yep.
So we put on a bit of a barbie. We ended up with 50 guys
Yeah. Right.
straight off the bat.
Yeah.
It never ever stayed that level. The rules that I wanted was no drugs, no alcohol, no violence. Right? Don't want guys punching up in the backyard.
Yeah,
or anything like that. So put on a barbie, which was supplied by, all the meat was supplied by Woolworths and all the bread was supplied by Brumbies.
Yep.
I mean, I'm not ashamed anymore. I'm past that.
Yeah.
So I'm asking for any help we can.
Yeah,
Because
absolutely.
at that stage, we were a non-profit organisation. So, you got to make do with what you got to do.
Yeah. Absolutely. Hand out to everyone.
Oh,
Come on.
I was kicking down fences and doors.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
wasn't taking no for an answer.
Yeah.
Sometimes it'd take me.
Yeah. Which
Anyway.
is sometimes what that stuff needs, like a men's group that people can just come to, talk shit, you know,
Yeah.
have a barbie, have a snag.
And they didn't want to be recorded.
Yeah.
They didn't want their names to be put down. But I had to get names, phone numbers, mainly because of security.
Yeah.
And for insurance purposes. Because one of the guys fell off a balcony, decided, God forbid, that he'd do something there.
Yeah.
Which was threatened a couple of times.
Yeah.
But it never happened. So the other rule was, step in here, not talking about work, not talking about your girlfriend, and you're not talking about your phone.
Yeah.
Because what we want to do is go ground level. Let's talk about you. And these things pop up in conversation. But it's first thing you've got to do is get them talking.
Yeah.
And as you know well, it's pretty hard to get a guy talking about alcohol.
Yeah. Yeah.
You said that to me the other day.
Yeah.
Or without being in a bar or somewhere like that. But these guys started opening up. And I jotted down personal notes. No one had seen them.
Yeah.
And, I'd follow up. A few of the guys, they were pretty well set. They just need to get off there.
Yeah.
But I had guys in danger, really in danger. Rob McLeod was one of those, and but he went through hell. Even now, I'm still in contact with him.
Yep.
And he's one of the success stories. I didn't have any deaths on my watch through the men's group at all, but I did have deaths on my watch working for and it just knocks your side.
Yeah.
Sometimes you can understand why they did it. Other times you're just like, mate,
Yeah.
just had to talk to me.
So from someone that's been through the point of jumping off the
Yeah.
roof, being through that type of shit mental state, how did you deal with someone actually committing
Yeah,
and going through with it?
that was tough, but I found a common thread through all the people, including myself, that tried to commit suicide. They didn't have a community,
Yeah.
and that's what it's all about.
Yeah. Like they felt like they were alone.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, look, you might be married, you might have kids, but women have their own community. They've got girlfriends and mothers. You know, they'll talk to anything.
Yeah.
You know, but guys need a community. They need to have find their worth. As soon as you can find a worth or a purpose for a guy, you made it.
Yeah.
That's all you got to do is give him that 1% chance of finding that purpose, and you'll get there. But losing a couple of guys, yeah, that knocked me sideways. But as I said, I had a community. I had support workers that were around me. I had really good friends, Lisa Andre and her family, who basically brought me under their wing when I went to Esperance.
Yeah.
That was another good sort of family base. And Ian Gardner, you know,
Yeah.
sit on the back porch of his place and bitch about the trains or
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
You know, just you don't really have to say anything. You just got to sit and be there.
Yeah. Be an ear.
That's it. And as soon as we try and figure out how we can get men to have a community that doesn't involve their family, you know, it's just other blokes like Davos. This is one thing I'm going to give Eddie a major plug here. So when I moved to Geraldton, I had no one.
Yep.
I didn't know anyone. And a guy I work with called Rod Boone, he got a free pass or something to the place. Something? Yeah, a certificate. And he said, I'm going there. I said, I've got enough for both of us. Crack. And I think I've darkened the story of it.
Yeah.
Because he gives you that sense of community.
Yeah.
Taking a bit of time to build up. Then I've got young Bill over here. We have chats and spin and talk about what's going on. And you walk out of here after a couple of hours of racing and you're fine.
Yeah.
It sort of makes you realise it's not that bad.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I've had some dark days since I've been up here.
Yeah.
But I just remember, talk, if you can.
Yeah.
Find something you're interested in. Involves guys, go golfing.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
Go running. Go cycling.
I don't know about golfing because that can draw out some anger, eh?
It's just gonna be good, mate.
Yeah. But yeah, no, it is. If you can find something, like I find a lot of people they'll have an interest in something, but they're too scared to go out and pursue it. Yeah. So then they put it on the back burner, and then it just gets to a point where they go, I don't want to do that. But that's what they actually need. They need to get out of the house, push themselves to do, even if it's just by yourself.
Yeah.
Like, if people are going to go, oh, that's fucking gay. Like, why are you going out by yourself and doing that shit? Fuck you. I'm going out for me.
That's right.
Like, it doesn't have to be for anyone.
Yeah.
It just has to be for you.
Yeah, go walk along the beach.
Yeah.
I know a young bloke that just for his own mental health, he goes out with a gold detector and goes along the beach. And picks up crap.
Yep. Yeah, exactly.
That's all you got to do. Get out there. And it's hard. It is really hard, especially when, like, it was described to me that mental health is the left hemisphere, right hemisphere, fighting against each other, trying to solve the same problem.
Yeah.
Right? One's your analytical and logical brain and your emotional brain. If they can't agree on something, that's where mental health suffers.
Yeah.
So you got to sort of slow down, step back. If you're in that spot, go, realise that you're in trouble.
Yeah.
Sometimes you have to go to hospital.
Yeah. Seek that help.
Sometimes you got to.
Yeah.
I found places like Beyond Blue, others on there's 1-800 numbers. Absolutely,
Yeah.
you know. But that's me. First question I ask you is: are you in fear of harming yourself or someone else?
So,
You know.
what do you think I'm fucking calling?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But as soon as you say yes, out come the police, and they don't come lightly.
Yeah.
Or they didn't in my day. Out come the ambulance, right? So straight away, there's that shame phase.
Yeah.
That kicks in straight away.
Yeah.
Because whether you're in a unit or a house, as soon as you've got an ambulance, coppers pulling up to your house, you got
Everyone.
neighbours poking out their heads.
Yeah.
You know,
Everyone's taking a peek and wondering what the fuck's going
mate.
on.
It's awful. It's happened to me more times than not.
Yeah.
And especially as I was relating to you earlier, that my missus used to bring them up.
Yeah.
For no reason. I'd be playing on my PlayStation or asleep in bed. You know, coppers would knock on my door.
Yeah.
Come with us.
Yeah. Right.
Oh, what the hell?
Yeah.
So you got to find a safe space, someone safe to talk to, and you've got to look after yourself.
Yeah.
It's simple as that.
From someone that's been on the absolute dog shit end
Yeah.
to someone that's been in the point of helping others, what do you think are 4 major things that people need to just step back and look at and implement in their own lives if they think that
They're going down that.
they're going down that road, like to the point where, because a lot of the times people that go into that dark hole, they don't realize they're going in there, and then all of a sudden they're gone, you know? So, I mean, there would be things that people can look out for, like if they're sleeping all the time, that can be depression, or food can be a mask of depression as well. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. But what are like some 4 major things that one helped you like realize that you're in that hole?
Yep.
And what other things that can help others?
So the first thing is irregular sleep patterns.
Yeah.
Right. If you're used to sleeping 7 or 8 hours a day and you're only sleeping,
Yeah.
right, there's a start.
The major sign.
That is sleep deprivation is one of the major anchors to the whole mental health thing.
Yeah.
You know, you're not sleeping. Most blokes will reach for a can of beer,
Yeah.
long pipe. You know,
It's almost like they need like a substance to put themselves to sleep.
you got to stay away from it.
Yeah.
Alcohol's a depressive.
Yeah.
Straight away. If you're starting down that spiral, right, alcohol's the first thing to stop.
Yeah.
Second thing is stop the drugs, right?
Yeah.
The dope. I think it might make you feel good, might make you feel sleepy.
Yeah.
But that's another way to go way down, because not only are you eating too much out of the fridge, you've got your missus on your back.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Then you're caught driving, and you get it tested, and then you lose your license. So
Yeah.
it's knock those two
Yeah.
off.
Just
Not-
sends you into a massive, like
Yeah.
deeper hole.
Yeah, get back on it when you're feeling better, but
Yeah.
you know, stay away from it.
Yeah.
4 things. Community. Find out where your mates are, whether they're overseas, Australia. You know, the guys that you're comfortable with.
Yeah.
And these days, there's no shame in it. It used to be in the early days, even in the up till 2010.
Yeah.
You know, it was a hard thing for a guy to go, need help. You know?
Still is now.
Yeah, but
Still is fucking horrible now.
yeah, because
But there's more things popping up.
yeah, but they're still making it hard.
Yeah.
And 4 things. So community, get off the depressives, like the drugs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Get some sleep. Speak to a doctor.
Yeah.
Right? Whether it be a female doctor, a male doctor, whatever you're comfortable with. As soon as you notice your sleep pattern starting to change and your thought patterns racing, and then like a lot of guys will start off a single thought and go, yeah, okay, that's all right, and then stop there. But sometimes you get that
Yeah.
chain link or
It's like I would
overthinking.
associate that with like near on OCD.
Yeah.
because you get obsessive with the fear of that thought, and then it starts, like you said, it's that chain reaction.
Yeah.
And you go, oh shit, what if this happens? What if that happens? What if that happens? And it goes, oh shit, I'm gonna do it.
Yeah.
And then,
Yeah. What if?
yeah,
You know, what if?
big what if?
Yeah. What if's the near on end of my life.
Yeah,
More
Yeah.
times than not. It's now my view is I'll wait till it happens. You know?
Yeah.
If something like if I'm behind in my bills or if I'm late, I'll wait. Right, until the bill is due.
yeah,
If I don't have the cash, then I ring them up and go, look, I don't have the cash, I'll pay
Yeah.
you next week. Or
there's always ways around it. Hey,
yeah, there's so financial counselling. Oh,
Yeah.
amazing. And they're free.
yeah,
Any good financial counsellor is free. You can get it through your bank or whatever.
yeah,
That'll stop those. The community, stay off the drugs, get some sleep, see your doctor.
yeah,
Talk to your doctor.
yeah,
And that's your first road in. Once your doctor's got that noted down or registered in any way, she can build on that. Go, oh, okay, we have identified this. You were going through this 6 months ago. What have you done? What have you changed? Right,
Yeah.
right. And most doctors are pretty good. Get them to work out your diet. Get them to work out. They can help with the boss. They can help with so many different things. And if you need more serious help, then request a 24-hour stay in
Yeah.
hospital. You know, you'll get fed. Won't cost you anything. Private hospital.
Mm.
And generally there's a psych nurse that'll come around and talk to you.
yeah,
And get a lot out that way. It's what you need to do.
yeah. Do you think, now I've got two questions for you. I'll ask one.
Yeah.
Do you think comedy can be a form of therapy?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Because it increases your endorphins and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think? He makes fun of me all the time. I like to make him feel
Yeah,
good.
yeah. Yeah, no, it is. It is, I think, I was actually going down. This is what I was telling you last night. I was just sitting there watching some YouTube and then just this random thought popped in my head and I was like, why did we add or try and add comedy into this? And then I thought, do comedians go on stage on their skit, talk about their mental health, make fun of it because they've been through it?
They do.
So then I went into a deep dive on Google and I was like, do comedians, Robin Williams
Oh,
fucking
Brian
committed
Casey.
suicide.
Billy Connolly,
Yeah, it's like, and Robin Williams was one of my favorite comedians.
my all-time favourite. Craig Ferguson.
Yeah, Yeah.
He's out there, but geez, he's funny.
yeah,
And he's had big drug and mental health
yeah.
issues.
And it's,
Bill Burr.
there's so many, hey. Like, the thing that I watched was, it was a documentary of comedians that just pretty much spoke about their childhood, and then they went through this whole, like, if I made fun of myself first, then like whatever other people are gonna say to me, I already know that shit. Like, it's already funny as fuck. Who cares? You know. So, and it was like, I think it made me open my eyes more to what comedy can actually do. And it's not the main source or the main thing that can help, but if you can take yourself out of that foreboding state,
Oh,
you know, it will allow you to essentially enjoy the things that make you scared,
absolutely. You know,
which is such a weird way to say it. But if you can like take them out, laugh at them, and put them back in, they're not so scary.
yeah. I used to do it all the time at Harmony House when I was running that. You got to make them laugh.
Yeah,
You know? And I used to do some stupid stuff.
yeah,
And you're right with the comedy. It's one of the great things to get you out of
yeah,
that, especially if you're there with a mate and you're both belly laughing.
yeah,
You know,
yeah, exactly.
you're sore as buggery afterwards.
Yeah.
Jesus. I mean, we've had some good laughs here.
It's
And-
almost the best feeling, hey? Like,
Yeah.
you just talk about some shit and you fucking laugh about it, and then
Yeah.
you just go about your day and it's fine.
That's it. Job done. And I'm well known for taking the piss out of myself.
Yeah.
Well known. And I mean, in the workplace, it's really
Yeah,
well
yeah,
looked at, but I like it.
yeah,
I like to find that little bit of,
yeah,
But yeah, you've got to use, got to find it, search for it.
Yeah.
You know? Because there's so much digitally and basically digitally these days available. You can search anything,
Yeah.
whatever you're a twisted comedian or
Yeah.
Bit dark
there's,
humour.
Yeah.
there's some weirdos out there.
Yeah.
You know? I watched Rogan's comedy special. You know, I didn't get it all the way through until right at the end.
Yeah.
You know, I sat through it because everyone was telling me, "Oh, this is great," but he had a point. A lot of it was mental health. You know,
Yeah.
so he led to that. Bill Burr, angry, all of us. You know, and I mean, you guys are younger than me, so
Yeah.
I don't know who I'd compare to your generation. Comedian, probably
Oh, Matt Rife, I guess, is probably one of them. He's a big comedian.
That Tony guy?
Tony.
Hillcliffe.
Yeah, Hinchcliffe.
Oh yeah, that one. Kill Tony.
Bill Tony.
Oh, yeah.
yeah, that's sort of more.
Yeah. See, that shit's funny
Yes,
as
yeah.
fuck to
Yeah.
us.
It's
I just want to slap the guy,
Yeah.
you know. But it's different generation, different
Yeah.
humour. Because my apprentice, who's 35, loves him,
Yeah.
idolises him. But I've tried to watch him. I
Yeah.
just doesn't mash with me.
Yeah.
Whereas Bill Burr and Robin Williams,
Yeah.
Billy Connolly, I get it.
Yeah.
You know, so it's a generational comedy thing.
What was a pivotal moment in when you were down? What was a pivotal moment in that point that made you realize you needed to get help? Like, was it someone else that came to you, or was it you almost laying in the dark and going, "Fuck, there's something wrong"?
Yeah, I can't let tell you story. Don't know if we got time for this, but
That's what we got all the time, brother.
So I was living alone. I was down. I was pissed off, and in that downward spiral. And I was still on crutches, tiny little unit. Didn't have a regular friends coming around, so I was isolated.
Yeah.
The only thing I had was a woman to come around and he'd mop and do my shopping, right? So anyway, took more tablets than what I should have. Like I was only supposed to take 2 tablets. So I ended up taking 3, and a bit wobbly. Walked off to the bathroom, fell, went down beside the toilet, and
Yeah.
now, as I said, at this stage, I've still got the rods in my back, but I can't bend.
Yeah.
Get myself out of the situation. I'm jammed,
Yeah.
you know. And I was there 3 days.
Shit.
Yeah.
Where was the lady that did the mopping and
Well,
shopping?
she only come once a week,
Right. Yeah.
and I'm like, because everything was going through my head.
Well, I mean, for 3 days, you would have been able to think some shit.
Oh yeah, it's
Yeah.
stuck, and I thought over so much shit, and the worst thing was that shit was right there, and I needed to poo,
Yeah.
and
And you couldn't.
I couldn't get to it.
Yeah.
You know, and just woke me up to like this.
Yeah.
This is bad.
Yeah.
And then okay, so I started planning. You know, and I started thinking the worst stuff.
Yeah.
Right? And then a Billy Connolly joke fucking hit me, and I just started laughing, and that kicked me out.
Yeah.
Like Billy Connolly's got this joke where this bloke murders his wife and takes Billy Connolly back to his house and says, "Where'd you bury?" Billy Connolly says, "Where'd you bury him?" And he says, "Oh, in the backyard." So he walks in the backyard, and bum is sitting up in the air, and Billy goes, "Why'd you bury her like that?" He said, "So I had somewhere to park my bike."
Oh. Yeah.
I started laughing,
Yeah.
you know, and that was the upward spiral
Yeah.
because I was in that position.
Yeah. Yeah. So you related the joke to yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I started to think positive.
Yeah.
All right, now do I do this? Now I've got to be careful. Don't get forgetful. And simple things down to buying those weekly trays for your medication.
Yep.
You know? You don't take the extra.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. But that was about 6 months before I ended up trying to hang myself in Bremer Bay.
Yeah.
Up in it. everything changed.
Yep.
But I never forgotten that.
Yeah.
Never.
So I'm just curious. Did you shit yourself, or
Yeah.
did you? You did, yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Because 3 days, man, is a long time. That's
It's a
fucking
very long
wild
time.
to be
Yeah.
stuck there. Yeah,
You got no
exactly.
choice. And it's worse because I've
So
got
arms,
no,
everything were just
I've
stuck.
got no lateral movement.
Yeah.
You know, I've got backwards and forwards, but I've got no lateral movement. When you're down,
You just nothing.
I
Yeah.
can't get myself up. I can't push myself to slide away. You know, it's fucked.
Yeah.
It was the worst experience.
Yeah, that's fucked.
Woke me up.
Yeah, as it would.
Yeah, especially the Billy Connolly joke.
Yeah. Yeah.
Got me laughing, got me
Yeah.
into a positive thing. And okay, this is what I'm going to do. This is putting structures in place.
Yeah.
Da 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 da. And you know, I went through another time that, as I said, I ended up in Bremer Bay, but that was because I was getting hassled.
Yeah.
The point, and I wasn't getting any help in me. So I was starting to help myself, even
Yeah.
getting stuck in. Okay, remember your process. Do this A, B, C, D.
Yeah.
You know, get out of the bed in the morning, just make your bed. You know, Sarah at that time, the lady to do my shopping, sweep and mop. She was supposed to do. She was employed to do the whole lot, but I'd have my bed made, dishes washed,
Yeah.
everything like that.
I think what you said closer to the start was the just focusing on one task
Yeah.
and just doing that a day,
Yep.
and then after you do that for a while, add another task in, something that's not fucking like massive.
Yeah.
Do that, and then by the time you start doing that, you've developed a routine.
And a skill set.
Yeah, and then you can just keep going. You can keep adding, and then it just
Yeah.
becomes normal.
Yeah.
And then you just start feeling like a normal bloke, and then you can start going out and doing shit that would make you feel uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Start pushing yourself doing that. It's really good, really, really good way of putting it.
And a lot of people that do have mental health issues, one of their main triggers is finance.
Yeah,
So, got to get that mindset changed straight away because there's a lot of free doctors out there. Help. There's a lot of financial places out there to get you help, especially banks or financial counsel. You get trouble with your rent or trying to budget, they will help you.
Yeah.
You've got to ask. It's free.
yeah,
I mean, it's not hard.
yeah,
But then there's shame attached to it. People don't want shame.
yeah,
But it's not shameful. The shameful part is not doing anything.
yeah.
That's
And the even worse part is potentially killing yourself, which is fucking horrible.
yeah.
Like, would you rather feel that little bit of shame for a slight period of time
Yeah.
than go on that up spiral and become better,
yeah, absolutely.
or that other shit?
I would hate to be in the position of take my life.
Yeah,
I don't foresee it happening, but I to be honest, I can't even think about it.
Does it scare you to think about what you were like mentally beforehand?
Oh, it frightens me.
Yeah,
Yeah. So, okay, let's look at what I would have missed out on. Re-engagement with my daughter after I didn't see her for 14 years.
yeah,
Mum said I was crazy, so I was persona non grata. I wouldn't have seen some beautiful countryside and the trips that I've been on and the amazing people that I've been engaged with through Boyko
yeah,
and some of the experiences I've had since then, and also, silly things like sleeping on the beach beside a car after a night of drunken fishing
yeah,
and almost getting stampeded by wild horses while you're sleeping
yeah,
in the
yeah,
sand. Little things like that, but it's good moments.
yeah,
Spending time with these guys, there's so much. I mean, it's hard, financially hard, but there's so many good things that I would have missed out on.
yeah,
And as I said, even my daughter, our relationship is still not great, but it's there.
yeah,
It's not where I've ever wanted to be, but it is what it is.
yeah,
So, and I would have missed out on that.
yeah,
And she would have had that. What happened to Dad?
yeah,
And it does transfer down your kids. If you've got any, you're going to say, "What happened to Dad?"
yeah. That's my biggest fear, and that's one thing that scares the absolute fuck out of me or makes me so emotional. I've witnessed that shit with my own eyes. I've got a really good friend. I won't say names. 4 years ago, he committed in the backyard. He had a beautiful, beautiful daughter, which I'm very, very close with. And that fucked me up because from someone that has 3 daughters, I couldn't imagine a life where I don't come home and my girls run at me and give me a big hug and say, "Daddy, I miss you," or "Daddy, I love you," you know, all this stuff. Like it's fucked up, and it makes me so emotional to think that people feel so alone that they do it.
Yeah.
And that, like, it's not, I wouldn't say it's a selfish thing. It is fucked up, but I feel horrible for the kids.
Yeah. So do I.
It's a shit thing.
I feel worse for the people who actually do it. Miss out.
Yeah, they miss out on the kids growing up.
And look, 90% of it, and I'm going to be honest here, 90% of it is finances.
Yeah.
You know? Look, I was speaking to a friend not long ago who spends 90% of his income on paying his house on. Sell your house.
Yeah.
You know? And most of these guys that I've spoken to over the years is, what's the wife going to say? What's my friends going to say? And I'll say, well, you build it up later.
Yeah. Who cares what anyone else thinks? Yeah.
Go bankrupt.
Yeah.
Walk away from your debt. And just to save your life and your family. You can still work. You can still do whatever. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Your family does.
Yeah, exactly. So does your life.
Yeah. And there's no, as I said to you earlier on, you know, I walked away from a unit full of stuff. Just left.
Yeah.
I didn't like where I was. So, you know.
Yeah.
You have to change. You have to let go sometimes, you know. Somebody said to me the other day I was worried about some situation that I can't repeat now. And they said, it's not your bag to carry.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Sweet. You know?
Yeah.
It might sound cold, but okay, it's not my bag to carry.
Well, it's true though, yeah.
But, you know, I'll be there when you want to help with it.
Yeah.
So,
from an older, lovely gentleman like yourself, what's one piece of advice that you could give to younger fellas that are going through that financial shit or going through that hardship?
Get rid of your credit cards.
Yep.
You have to go bankrupt, go bankrupt. Reduce your debt.
To as little as possible.
Yep.
To none.
I was brought up the threes. Spend a third, save a third, bills and living a third.
Yep.
A bit harder now.
Yeah.
So like nowadays, 10% save, 45%, 45% bills and home, and 45% just work your other stuff out.
Yep.
There's far too many people I know that just credit card it up to the max. You know?
Yeah.
And reduce your debt. You can save, or walk away from your debt.
Yeah.
It's not that bad. And believe me, the bank's not going to lose. Right?
Yeah.
The bank is not going to lose. And you might end up driving a crappier car, but one you can afford.
Yep.
Right? You might not have a caravan, but you'll have a place to live in.
Yep.
Right? And it frees up all your mind. All your mind.
Yep.
And that's my advice to younger people. There's people of our generation, when we moved out of home, we moved into a flat. We had an esky for a freezer. We had cardboard boxes for shelves. And we might have had a lawn chair.
Yeah.
You know? And a radio. Some of us might have had a TV. That's how we started. And then we built everything from there. there's people I know that are younger than me that have got the F-150s and
Yeah.
the house and everything's still on credit.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
pressure you put yourself under, and or your parents under.
Yeah.
And there's another bit of a shame that these kids worry about is mum's gone guarantor for my house. You know, if I fail here, mum loses the house.
Yeah. Yeah. That's putting too much pressure on too many people at once. Eh?
Yeah, but why do it in
Yeah.
the first place? And it's finances, mate. First and foremost, that's your biggest trigger.
Yeah.
Um,
I can say from personal experience, finances fuck me up mentally. I mean, I'm not, mind you, I'm not in no way like struggling,
yeah,
but like I went to the shops and I bought $250 worth of shopping and it was 3 bags full for just basic shit,
Right.
you know? And we own, well, the bank owns our house, but we bought our house. We own all of our cars.
Yep.
We don't have any credit cards. And so it's very, very basic.
Yeah.
But even though, and it's very, very weird. I went from earning less than 50 grand a year in my apprenticeship
Yeah.
2 years ago to making what I make now. And somehow I'm worse off now than I was back then,
Yeah. Absolutely.
which doesn't make sense to me.
Huh.
But it's fucking horrible.
I was talking to my missus the other day. As she asked me, "Why are we so broke?"
Yeah.
And I said, "I don't know." And I'm earning 100,000 a year, just under 100 grand a year.
Yeah.
You know, and at the end of the week, I've got no money
It's fucking horrible.
because I'm supporting both of us. But
Yeah.
what I'm saying is, I'm earning 6 grand a month.
Yeah.
Take home.
Yeah.
Where's it going?
It's shit, hey. It's so shit.
So the difference between your generation and my generation, when I left home, I didn't have to pay for Wi-Fi,
Yeah.
net, computer,
All these other little
phone,
things. Yeah.
da 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 da.
Yeah.
Right? I didn't have to pay for all that.
Yeah.
Right? When I left home, if I just used to tell the boss, if I don't turn up at 9 o'clock in the morning, I'm not coming because I don't have a phone.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It's you've got to pay out of your pockets so much more
Yeah.
than our generation had to. I mean, I don't have a computer at home. I've got my phone and a tablet. I think that's it.
Yeah.
But my internet bill, my Telstra bill, paying for mine and Mrs. phone, near on $400 a month.
Yeah. Fucking bullshit, hey.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
You know, and then I'm renting, so I've got water, electricity, gas, da 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 da. Then you got your day-to-day bills and stuff.
Yeah.
Medication's killing me. At the
Yeah.
moment. $300 a month.
That's why I think a lot of people don't go on medication because they can't afford it.
Yep. But you have to.
Yeah.
You have to. It's going to make people feel icky and that for a little while.
Yeah.
The first 4 to 6 weeks are the worst, but then you'll start to feel it kick in.
Yeah.
And if you've got a really good doctor, they'll vary the in that 4 to 6 weeks.
Yeah.
There are side effects. But a good doctor, they will find one that works.
Yeah.
So it's time. Take it.
Yeah. Step back.
Yeah. Step back.
Look at everything.
Take a breath.
That's one thing that I like to do on a very regular basis is if I have to look back and be like, fuck, where'd that 2 weeks go? I sit in my car, aircon on, chuck my phone down. I'll just sit there, take big deep breaths, and I'll just look around, and it kind of just draws me back into. I mean, mind you, 10 minutes later, I'm fucking back at work and everything's just gone like that again. But it's just for that 10 minutes, I can just sit there and relax.
Yeah.
I don't have to think about a thing.
And that's what we do best. If we're allowed to, we can just clear our heads.
Yeah.
But yeah, just take your time.
Yeah.
Not a race.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Slow and steady.
Absolutely. Little
Yep.
bit by little bites.
Yep.
Some people say, "Oh, take a big bite and chew like hell." Sorry.
Fuck that.
Yeah, that's too much stress.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, you fucking risk of choking.
Yeah,
Fucking
absolutely.
dying.
And have a look at it. Simplify everything. Break it down.
Yep.
Step your way through it. Like, if you break down your day, if you sit down there, if you're going through a hard time, break your day down. Like, break it.
Yep.
So I'll ask you, what's the first 10 minutes of your day?
Get up and shower.
How many steps have you?
A lot, I think.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, so wake up is the first
Yeah,
thing?
from that first 10 minutes, from the time you wake up, what's the first 10 minutes of your day?
Mine's legit just wake up, go for a shower.
But you're not getting me. Break it down.
Right, okay. So like all those micro movements
Yes.
that you're doing.
That's what you've got to break down.
Yeah.
And you get into that mindset, and that'll just...
Everything just seems slow then at that point. Yeah.
What have I been telling you all day? Slow down.
Yeah.
Yeah. Break it down.
Yeah.
Yeah. You reprogram.
Shit. Dude, I'm gonna start thinking of.
We start counting the steps.
Unlock the door.
And if you go over this tape, you'll hear me quite often remember your process.
Yeah.
Sorry, the thought processes of, okay, I know how to do A, B,
Yeah.
C, D right up. But when you're in a crappy spot, take yourself back and remember your processes. So break it down infinitely,
Yeah.
and that'll take your mind straight out.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
That's
lead
such
you,
a wild way to think of it, hey?
yeah, but lead you to a trigger. But it's something you've got to train yourself to
Yeah.
do. And it works
Yeah.
because to get yourself away from a problem with your mental health and you're wanting to do a certain act or you're in trouble, you've got to break away from it and separate your mind from it. You've got to give your mind space
Yeah.
to deal with the problem. And in my mind, that's the only way to do it.
Yeah.
I don't think like everybody else, and it's, I'm just trying to think who taught it to me. But they didn't teach the act. It's something I adapted to it. It's called distraction therapy. And this is my way of distraction. I don't know if anybody uses it, but that's the way and I've referred it to other clients I've had, and it's worked for them.
Yeah.
And even when my mates from in Perth ring up that I've been dealing with over the years that I've mentioned to you before, they ring me up and I go, right, stop. And they go, and they're mid crying, and I said, stop it, mate, come on. Remember your processes, break it down, da-da-da. And he'll tell me in about 5 minutes what triggered him. All right, walk back from it and don't let that you've identified a trigger. And that trigger might not be the same thing. It might be something from childhood or something.
Yeah.
Smell or a PTSD, whatever. But at least you identify it, and then you can walk it back. Go, right, I know what it is. Now I've got to deal with that.
Yeah.
Simple.
That's wild, hey. Crazy that never even heard of that.
Something I've been doing for,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
it's the only way I can do it.